going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Jaron Reed continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go.
Now Ryan keeps himself upright. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Ready. Hey, 25. Hey, got it. 59, ready. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Pass incomplete.
Window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to, will step aside. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Wilson to throw. Able to find Harris, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyler Davison in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Operating from the gun, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, it's Coleman. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
25! Right! Hey, gun! 22! Let go!
From the gun, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on fourth and goal.
Right! Hey, south! Left! 22! Hey! Let's go!
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Wilson. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more after this. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Harris. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Wilson now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackle made there by Robert Alford. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's complete. It's Gordon. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Dancing to his left. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Wilson throwing again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Go, 14. Single. Shotgun. Bang out. Bam.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, it's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And some room to maneuver. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, Ryan. It's caught. Humphries. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, South. Hey, pull down. 21.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Able to get away. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Cut, lady. Hey.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. After the interception, here's Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Ryan. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Get up!
They'll toss it to Coleman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was the place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Get up!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Welcome back now here in London. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now, Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Falcons on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
22!
To throw again is Ryan. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
And they'll run it here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Barthema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tech McKinley in there to get him. And that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. His throw caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Tyler Jamison in there to sack him. And that is 10 for him now on the year. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. And he rifles one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. From the gun, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson on 1st down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And got his man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. Finding some room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come up on a 1st and goal in most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. On the keeper, here's Ryan. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan with time running out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead. No good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the hit and a loose football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Get up!
Coleman now. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And that is no good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That throw good for only a couple innings up third down. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. They picked up a first down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Eluding the pressure right. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
First throw in overtime now for Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now they'll run it on the toss. Skirts by him at the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
When you see a big-time run to the outside, it always comes back to setting the edge, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and they were perfect in setting the edge there.
And the funny part is, both sides of the ball talk about it. The offense has to set the edge so you can get outside. The defense wants to set the edge to control things so they can kick the run back inside.
Offense wins there.
Offense won big.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Ryan on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the Saints signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. On third down, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they have regained the lead.